What's up, YouTube? This your girl Deidre here with another video for you guys. So this time around, oh my gosh, my hair, it's doing what it wants now. I just noticed that. But like I was saying, this time around, I want to do something I personally love to do, and I want to share with you guys. And that is do book reviews. This book I just recently finished. I already am starting on a new book. It is called Justify My Thug by, hope I say her name right, Wahida Clark. And I have to tell you guys, like, this book has seriously, like, made me experience all the emotions I could ever have as a human being in a book. That's how you know it's good, if you're experiencing any type of... Why is this camera moving? Sorry, guys. There we go. Seriously, this book has, like, made me experience, like, all the emotions. It was so much drama involved with it. And I cannot wait to actually share this with you guys. It's a little, it's I guess it's a series that I wanted to do on my channel for a long time, and now I'm able to do it. So how I'm going to do this book has questions in the back. So I will answer these questions to, how I feel about the book. It's definitely going to be some spoilers alert if anybody wants to read this book. If you don't want to know, well then, I have other videos that you guys can check out. But if you want to know what's up with this book, then yes. Oh, and FYI, a lot of these names were kind of hard for me to read, so, please deal with me and myself when I try to get these names right. So, without further ado, we're going to go to the back of this book. Oh, I should read the synopsis. Okay. Let's see, from the author of Payback with Your Life and Every Thug Needs a Lady comes Justify My Thug. The drama continues in this highly anticipated latest installment in the Queen's Thug series. Okay, it's a series. I kind of figured that it was like a book that was like before this, because it already just started when I read it. When I first started reading, it already started. So I might have to find that book. But how it ended, I definitely think there's a 2. There's Justify My Thug 2. So, let's see what happens. After 9.5 years in federal prison and 10 months in the hole, New York Times best-selling author Wahida Clark has truly earned her place among the greatest in urban fiction. Wow, okay. Trey and Tasha's marriage is on thin ice. Yes, it was. Will they find solid ground, or will they allow Kieran to come between them and destroy everything? I'll definitely talk about him a little later. Jazz and Fahim were living the American dream until a haunting part of their past threatens their marriage, which it did, and ultimately their lives, which it did. In the meantime, Marvin is trapped in a living nightmare, desperately trying to escape the mistakes of his past, which was very sad. Back in New York, Kieran has to face the toughest decision of his life, which he really did. Keep a brother and lose a friend, or allow Tasha and Kieran's love affair to put a dangerous end to the code of brotherly love. Yes, Kieran and Kalen are both brothers. Just clarifying that with y'all. Will Angel's innocent cries of not knowing about Tasha and Kieran hold true, or will Kaylin discover that she had a hand in it? Which I think was wild, because truth be told, Angel is Tasha's friend. They both married like 2 friends, like everybody's friends with each other. And so since Tasha was playing around in her marriage, Kaylin thought that Angel had a hand in what they was doing, and he thought that they was just going to, that she was going to eventually cheat on him as well, which I thought was wild. What the fuck do they have to do with us? I would have felt some type of way. I'm not even going to front, but yeah. Then it says, in the most explosive story yet, the official queen of street literature brings to you Justify My Thug, which she did. So, I'm about to read off these questions and answer them the best that I can. There's only 10 questions, so, I'll keep it short and brief. I'm not trying to make this like a long thing. But, okay. The first question is, How do you think Kaylin handled the whole Trey, Tasha, Kieran fiasco? Truth be told, I think he handled it the best way that he could. Because he tried to warn his brother, like, to just back off and just chill out. Like, this is somebody's wife. This is not somebody's girlfriend or just some random trick. Like, this is someone's wife. I do feel like a lot of people forget the whole thing of marriage. So, yeah, I do believe that he handled it the best way he could. Ultimately, like, it just went that way with it. But he at least tried to tell his brother what's good. He at least tried to tell his brother to back off. He at least tried to tell his brother like the code and all the extraness. But Kieran wasn't hearing it. He's the older brother. So, a lot of older siblings ain't going to really listen to the younger siblings. I get that. But in this case, why didn't Kieran just listen to Kaylin? And besides, Kieran already had some female that he was dealing with while he was in jail. He decided to break things off with that female that was down for him, even though he was in jail, and just say, okay, forget her. I'm gonna go on and take this man's wife. Which I was like, you know what? Whatever type of drama fiasco comes his way, truth be told, he deserves, because he knew that she was married. And Tasha, in her part, she mainly did just to get back at her husband for like other stuff. If it asks the question, I'll tell it, but it didn't ask yet, so I'm not going to tell why. But she was getting him back for shit that he's done. And she told him, like, this is just a fling, it's whatever. He's the one that fell in love and made it so extra, and it was wild. It was just wild. But I do believe that Kaylin really did try to tell his brother Kieran what was good. Okay. How should Jazz have dealt with Oni after her initial contact with Fahim? Young. I hated Oni. I hated females like her. She's that typical female that cannot just get a whole other dude herself. Like, she has to mess with someone else's dude and just keep messing with them and keep messing with them and keep messing with them, regardless if the female's around. She knows that Fahim is married to, what was her name again? Jazz. Sorry, I had to read. It tells like so many different stories in this book, so many different lives in this book. But she knew, and that's what I can't stand about females like that. If you knew, then you deserve everything you get. Like, I'm sorry, if you didn't know, then okay, you didn't know. There's no need for anybody to feel any type of way about you as a person because you didn't know. I can't get on people that seriously did not know the situation. The person that brought them in blind. But she knew. She basically had a history with the guy. Like, every time him and Jazz would break up, this before they was married, she would be the backup girl he would always run to, which I was like, young. I gotta look at Fahim some type of way because you set the bar for this. Like, you gave her the feelings that she desperately wanted. And then here you go throwing her ass to the side for this other female every time y'all would get good or whatever. But I have to look at her too and be like, you could have just found some other dude. But instead you was so stuck on this one guy that it just went south for you. It seriously went south for you. So I think Jazz dealt with it like the best way that she could. But I do feel like she definitely should have nipped that in the bud a little sooner. She did try. She tried to have a conversation with Oni, but Oni tried to, fake the funk, so to speak, and be like, you won, you married to him, whatever. But at the same time, you still going after her dude. Like, are you serious, bitch? Like, no, I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with a female. Like, we would have to go to blows after a while. We would have to go to blows. Because after we conversated and we was able to talk to each other, woman to woman, and you still going after my dude, you, like, no, I need to kick your ass now. Because obviously you ain't get the hint. You ain't get the hint. So, yeah. Moving on. Here's question 3. Should Fahim have made passes at Oni? No. I don't think that he should have. And the fact that he even slightly entertained her, I'm very disappointed in him. Because obviously it was a trick. It was a trick. It was a trap. Like, nigga, are you serious? Like, what the fuck? Like, no. I was so upset with him. Because only caused so much drama in their marriage that eventually he took her side when it came down to certain stuff. I was like, no, no. Should just, they had a son together, just communicate through the son. That's all. That's all. Moving on. Question 4. What were your thoughts when Trey fucked Charlie again? Okay, so now we get into the whole thing of why Tasha cheated on Trey. Trey cheated on Tasha first with this woman named Charlie Lee, who apparently is in this, I think, the Chinese mafia, something in that regards. So when they got into a fight or whatever, he decided to go into his separate apartment. I guess he has a separate apartment where he just get away from his wife, where he got to think or whatever. This woman knew that apartment and came through, and she sees another woman I didn't like. You knew he was married, but she's one of them females that's very high of herself. She thinks very high of herself. She's very arrogant. So, because apparently, well, how it's described in the book, she's very beautiful. A lot of men can't resist her, but Trey was the one that resisted her, and that's what turned her on. Because, oh, so you don't want me like that? I'm gonna make you want me. You know, some dumb shit like that. And he wasn't for it. He was like, whatever. But he still let her fuck him. I was like, no, bruh. No. Why didn't you just kick her ass out? Instead, you just let her do her, and as soon as y'all was done, you kicked her out. Really, bruh? Really? I feel like he wanted her a little bit, you know, loving the attention that she was giving him. But ultimately, it turned into a thing. Like, it seriously turned into a thing. Like, seriously. Now, let's see. This is question 5. Do you think Trey overreacted on the plane? Or was he just past his boiling point? Okay. Yes and no. I do think he overreacted on the plane, and I do think that he was at his boiling point, because this whole tit for tat thing was crazy. He wanted to save the marriage. Tasha thought, you know, it was done, it was over with, because she happened to be pregnant by Kieran, while Charlie was pregnant by Trey. So that was like one of those crazy like stories of like, wow, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? So what happened on the plane was he attempted to throw her off of their private jets if she didn't get an abortion. He was done. He was over it. At that point, he wasn't even fucking with Charlie no more. He was done with that. He just wanted his marriage back. A lot of crazy extraness played out where he is chasing her all over the country. He finally got her, put her on the plane to talk or whatever. She was done. But he was just so mad that he attempted to throw her off the plane. I told my friends about this. I was like, first of all, you attempt to throw me off the plane, I'm going to grab your foot and be like, we're going together. Fuck all that. We're going together. You're not just going to throw me off the plane. Like, no, we're going to die together. Marriage. That's how that was gonna be. I would have went crazy just like him, but scared the hell out of her. I do think he'll reacted by like trying to throw her off the plane. Like, really, bro, you gonna throw her off the plane because she mad? Like, come on, man. I do think he'll reacted, but I do think he was at his boiling point, because at that point, they kept chasing each other. A lot of craziness done happened. He even got Kieran jumped at one point. It was a lot that happened with that. So I do think he overreacted, but I do think he was at his boiling point. Okay. So question 6. If you were Tasha, would you have given Trey head after he punched you in the mouth? No, I would not, actually. I definitely would not. First of all, I wouldn't even be in the room. If I had made the decision like Tasha did and actually have gone back with him, try to work on my marriage or whatever, I damn sure wouldn't be sleeping in the marital bed. I would have slept in the guest room for possibly a few months. Because, I mean, seriously, I can't be near you. You punched me in my mouth, first of all. Let's wait till that's healed. And then you want that? No. He attempted to, like, you know, cook breakfast, make it all normal and shit. I was like, no, you can cook that breakfast for yourself. I can cook breakfast for myself. I'm in the house, damn it, but I'm not technically with you yet. I can't, there ain't no love there yet. There's just no way. I wouldn't have done it. Say, fuck you for now, okay? Okay, the next one is, did Tasha seem too nonchalant about Stefan's death? No. And, okay, how that played out. She had a cousin named Stefan who was actually cool with Charlie Lee. And she asked Stefan to bring Charlie Lee over because she's like, bitch, you done fucked my husband. Now you're married. I'm going to fuck you up. So he didn't want to get involved with that, first of all, because he was actually cool with Charlie Lee. So Charlie Lee, to make a long story short, Charlie Lee came over, and she ended up pushing her down the stairs. She ended up losing her baby, all that. Charlie Lee felt set up by Stefan, ended up getting, her mafia people to end up killing him. That's how that happened. So when the funeral happened, I don't think she was nonchalant. She was actually very hurt by it. So, no. And plus, she felt she was responsible anyway, which she kind of was. So, with that. Question 8. Was Tasha wrong for continuing to fuck Kieran? Should she or could she have quit while she was ahead? Okay. In the story, I felt as though her marriage was over. This was a guy that wanted to marry her. Kieran wanted to marry her, and they had a kid together. So she just was like, you know what? Since you want to keep fucking Charlie Lee, then fuck it. I'm gonna keep fucking Kieran. I could see what her mindset was with that. What was the second part? Should she or could she have quit it while she said? Truth be told, it depends on how she felt. Like, if she really wanted to save her marriage, if she didn't feel like her marriage was dead, then like she definitely could have stopped while she was ahead. But at the same time, if you felt your marriage was dead and you already developed this whole thing with this guy, he's treating you like a queen, he's making sure you're okay, and you guys are having a child together, and you actually want to be with that person, then, continue doing you. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. Continue doing you. Because I Lord knows I ain't going to stop that shit. So, question 9. Do you think Rick should get back with Kyra or stay with Nina? I don't necessarily know the whole thing with that, because in the book it didn't necessarily talk about Rick too much. So that's why I think there was a book ahead of this one. So I can't necessarily answer that question. I didn't even know they was even together, and this whole Nina person, how they brought her into the story was very new. So I might have to do some research to just see if there's a book that's before this, and just to see how this played out. Okay, the last question is, did Fahim overreact when he threw Jazz out? If so, why? If not, why not? I do think he overreacted when he threw Jazz out. Again, the bitch Oni ended up setting her up. She got family that's in the police who decided to use their connections to get her arrested because she had a prior history of selling dope, I believe, selling coke. It was one of the two. They planted the shit in her car. And was about to throw her away in prison. So she's like, what the hell? She hasn't done it in years. They had a family together. She was done with the street life. She was fucking done. So she gets home and she's like, Fahim, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. And then he's like, no. She's like, what? He's like, no. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We talked about this. You say you wouldn't do this. Automatically, he assumed that that's what she was doing. Without giving her the benefit of the doubt. Without even, come on, man. If you're doing something like that it's going to be evident where it's at. It's going to be some traces of it in the house. Something. I'm like, why didn't he think, okay, did she bring in extra money? Did she buy some new stuff? He did not even think that all the way through. He literally pushed her out the door. She fell on the damn lawn, threw her shit at her, and was like, get the fuck. I was like, no. I'm sorry. I hope Jazz does not get back with him, because you believe the baby mama over your own fucking wife. And then when shit hit the fan, all of a sudden he want to save face and be like, just because that one mistake, motherfucker, you threw me out. You threw my shit at me. You talked down to me. You was like, done. We done, motherfucker, we done. We just got our daughter between us. I would have been done with that. Truth be told, I would have been done with that. He would have kissed my black ass, and we would have been done with that. And I only would have been talking to my daughter. Fuck him. You want Oni that bad? You believe Oni that much? Be with her then. Y'all can do the family thing y'all want to. So fuck you and fuck her entire fucking family. I felt Jazz. Truth be told, she was one of my favorite people in the book. I felt her so much. I was like, girl, stay where you at. Don't get back with that dude, okay? Because clearly he does not respect you in this whole relationship. He did not even give you the shadow of a doubt. Not even a shadow of a doubt. He didn't even think that this was a setup. He didn't even think. I was so upset with him. I was like, no, bruh. No, no, and no. Oh my gosh. I hope I find like the part 2 to this, because how it ended, there's definitely got to be a part 2 to this. So that was my book review. I know this video was a little bit longer than my normal videos, but that was it for the questions. That's how I felt about the book. I hope that you guys pick up this book. Pick up this book. This is what it looks like. It is a great book. It's a great read. I definitely recommend reading this. Oh my gosh, you're going to be like, what? When you read the book. And hopefully you guys comment on the bottom below and let me know what you guys think of it. If you read it, if you're about to pick it up, I would really love to hear from you guys. So if you like this video, slap that like button. Oh, and while you're at it, slap that subscribe button so you see more of my silly ass. Till next time, people, keep on reading and definitely be sure to pick this book up because it's good. It's good. Bye.